Hi guys, in this episode of Ray Decay, I am excited to be checking out BTOB's newest comeback called Wind and Wish. This was requested to me by my good friend Yuri for a reaction. If you guys want to be able to request things as well, you should go to my Patreon or Coffee account because I offer that as a thing on one of the tiers over there, because otherwise I still take suggestions in the comments down below, but it's ultimately up to me to sit down and decide to record them, you know. But if you go to my Patreon, it's a guaranteed thing to happen. So big thanks to Yuri for asking me to check this out. Although seeing that I've reacted to BTOB many times before, I was still gonna do a reaction to it sooner rather than later. But this is literally being recorded on the same day as the song is being released, and I am pretty excited to check this one out because the last comeback of theirs, which was the first comeback with all of them together, well, not all of them. Ilhun is out of the group at this point properly, like he's not coming back or anything, which is a shame because he was my bias. But this was last time was their first comeback after the members left the military. And this is their first comeback since then where they're going to be together. And with that last comeback, it was very much like a ballady kind of thing, which I know that BTOB does that. And they have done some really good ballads that I really enjoy, but it just was not really an interesting song for me. It just didn't really have anything for me to really get excited about or really enjoy. It wasn't bad, it's just not really my thing. So I'm hoping that this song is more my thing, whether it's going to be something more playful, like the kind of things that they've done before, or some kind of a ballad that is still more entertaining than what we got last time. It doesn't really matter to me as long as I enjoy it. And maybe, who knows, for the previous comeback there is some stuff among the B-sides for that album that could be something that is more appealing to me. If you guys want me to check out those B-sides, definitely let me know in the comments down below. Or better yet, go through my Patreon and Coffee account, like I said earlier. If you go over there and subscribe to a specific tier, you get to demand me to do that reaction sooner rather than later. But yeah, I'm interested in checking out those B-sides and potentially, obviously, the B-sides of this album, but it's gonna be up to you whether that's gonna happen sooner or later. Now though, I am excited to get into this and see how I'm gonna feel about this song, because I myself am a fan of BTOB and I'm curious. So without further ado, let's get into the reaction in 3, 2, 1. Man, that's BTOB? I can't fucking recognize them. When was the last time they had such dark colored hair?
여전히 내 맘은 똑같아. 넌 별일 없기를 오늘도 바래. 행복하고 잘 지내길 바래. 진심이야 I'm not lying. 맘을 담아 너를 응원해.
Man, I much prefer it whenever he raps in Korean, not gonna lie. He sounds so much better in Korean than in English. Okay, this is kind of a different direction from what they've gone for before. This feels more like a BTOB for you kind of song rather than a BTOB whole group together kind of song. I I definitely enjoy it more than their last song though, that's for sure. Well, I think we've just found what's gonna be the thumbnail for this reaction. I love the guitar being included in this portion of the song. Or this could be the thumbnail. God damn, that looks really good. Now, this is a very interesting music video. It's giving me a perspective on BTOB that I haven't felt before. '12th mini album, Jesus. Okay, so before I say anything, I want to make this clear. A lot of the time, whenever I do reactions to anything, my opinions are maybe overtly harsh, because a lot of the time, even if I say, oh, I have issue with this thing in this song, or I have issue with that thing in a song, it just very quickly kind of gets overlooked after I'm done with the reaction and like sit down and listen to the song a bunch of times. I kind of completely forget that I had that kind of an issue, and I am sometimes even confused why did that even bother me in the first place. Like, for example, recently I did react, well, not recently, it's been a while actually, quite a while at this point, when I reacted to the Stray Kids album, was it called Maniac? I don't remember whether the whole album was called Maniac, but like when I reacted to that song, for example, I had some issues with it, with how it kind of felt like 5 songs put together, and it just didn't sound good on the first and second listen during the reaction. It really bothered me. But ever since, I've really grown to love that song, and the fact that it sounds like 5 songs put together really makes the song have more longevity. So the reason I'm saying this is that whatever I might say about this song, my opinion might change after I listen to it outside of the reaction. Because right now, I definitely think it's more enjoyable than the previous song. I find it more entertaining, it keeps my attention more, I enjoy it more. I do still feel like it is, for me personally, lacking kind of like a hook that really makes it memorable and stand out, because right now the only reason why it stands out to me is particularly because of the music video, because the styling that the members have in this music video, their visuals in general, the vibe that they give off is unlike anything I've seen from them ever, or at the very least in a long time, because the vibe that they give off in this one is so much more like grounded and like relatable. Like the vibe that they give off is very 4th gen, for lack of a better term. Like the way they look in this music video, the vibe that they give off genuinely like reminds me of the kind of vibe like something like 80s Wave music video had, for example. Like they give me this kind of like a grounded, like chill vibe that somebody like 80s gives off, you know? And that is refreshing and cool to see, honestly, like to the point where I didn't even know that was actually them as I was looking into the thumbnail. I thought I had put some other music video to react to first before I get into the BTOB music video, but no, it was BTOB. And I still feel like there's enough in the song to where it's probably gonna grow on me and I'm probably gonna end up enjoying it, but I feel like it's not quite as standout as I want it to be at the very least. Maybe not necessarily as it should be, but as I want it to be. Because the way I like enjoy K-pop songs, I guess, or the kind of K-pop songs that I enjoy nowadays, due to the amount of K-pop songs that I react to in general, are specifically the ones that like stand out, that really are in your face, that really impact you and hit you in the face with their kind of like unique sounds and everything. And this one doesn't really have that. This one is a chill bop kind of song, while I'm looking for more of like a banger kind of thing. And BTOB have done bangers that are more like melodic or like singing based, or are still more of like a bobby kind of thing, while still being very unique, like I don't remember whether that's the name of the song, but like one of their songs that goes la 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 la, like that's a really good song that is still more of a bop rather than a banger, but it's pretty good. Or I'll Be Your Man, which is far more melodic, but it's still like a very impactful and unique song. And that's the kind of thing that I'm looking for, not particularly a hard-hitting and rap-heavy kind of song, but something more impactful and memorable is what I'm looking for. And I feel like I didn't quite get it here, but I still got it more than I thought I was worried was going to, you know. It's still more interesting and more impactful than I thought it was going to be, so there's that as well. And obviously we still have the second listen to get through, so everything might change after the second listen. Usually it doesn't, but it at least improves a little bit. So let's get into it a second time and see how I'm gonna feel about it after that one. Maybe it's gonna be better. So let's get into it again in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, their visual over here made them look like a completely different group. Like, they look like any 4th gen boy group, honestly, to me. And the visuals for the music video are fucking insane, man. Yeah, the vocals are really good. I think I'm probably gonna end up enjoying it long run. Like when I'm just driving in my car and it just ends up being on this song, I think I'm gonna end up enjoying it. I just don't really see myself going out of my way to listen to it. This is definitely one of my favorite rapping verses of his, though, that's for sure. I really wish they did something more interesting for the chorus here, though, because it's very boring. It is the weak part of the song for me. Like, even just using the guitar that you have towards the end of the song in this chorus would have made it so much better. Because it just feels too empty. Man, Minhyuk is always so good. Oh, I love that harmony. Sounds so good. They should have used this guitar more. It sounds so damn good, man. I don't understand why K-pop doesn't use these guitars more. They always tack it on at the end. Okay, so it didn't only get better on the second listen for me. It's still about as good as I thought it was on the first listen. Like it's a chill bop that I definitely wouldn't skip if I ended up ending on in my when I was listening to my playlist when I'm driving somewhere. But I don't really see myself going out of my way to listen to it. It's just not really the kind of song that makes me want to do that, you know? I just like the kind of songs that stand out more and impact me more. And to give you exact examples of what songs I was looking for to get from this, it's either something like Movie or I'll Be Your Man or something like, I think it was called like You're So Fly or whatever, like that song that I mentioned that goes na 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 na. Or I think they also had another song that was called that had something that sounded like beep beep bap bap or something along those lines. That's something that I also would have enjoyed, but what we got is something that is only kind of interesting because it's BTOB, because it's kind of a vibe that I haven't quite done before. And also because the singing and rapping is fucking really good, because they're amazing at those things. But the song itself is honestly nothing really too special for me. It's not bad, but it's not really a song that I'm gonna go out of my way to listen to. And if you will, that's fine. I think people are gonna enjoy this one fine, but this is just not my cup of tea. Hopefully, there's gonna be something among the B-sides if I end up reacting to them, when I end up reacting to them. Like I said, if you guys want me to do that, definitely go through my Patreon and Ko-fi account, because that's the one way to make it happen. But yeah, in terms of rating for this one, I think I'm going to go with a solid 8.2 out of 10, which I know some of you might think it's a little bit low, but it is how I feel about it, you know? It's a solid song, just not really a song of this kind that I enjoy, you know? Like, literally just adding more of that guitar that they added at the end to the chorus would have just made it so much better and would potentially have made it a song that I would go out of my way to listen to, but they didn't do that. Again, I want to make it clear, it's not a bad song, it's just not my kind of song. But I am curious whether it is your kind of song, so comment thoughts down below and let's have a discussion about this. And also, before we end this video, I just want to give a huge shout out to my currently 5 patrons on Patreon. Omar Bridgman, Deadpool, Corby Dead, Andrew, and Dane Harty. Thank you guys for your support, I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me. You have decided to support me, have continued to support me such a long time. Hope you continue to enjoy my content and continue to support me going forward. Thank you very much. Another thing that I also want to tell you guys before we end this video is something about me that some of you may or may not already know, that will also explain why do I look and dress the way that I do in my videos. That thing being the fact that I am trans. In particular, I am somewhere between a non-binary person and a trans woman, though I am unsure at the moment and probably won't be sure until I talk to a professional who deals with trans people. But that is where the reason why I'm telling you all this comes. I need your help. Due to the fact that I live in a homophobic and transphobic Eastern European country with a family that won't really ever accept the fact that I'm trans if they ever found out, it's not really feasible or easy for me to transition here with minimal to no repercussions. So that's why I would really appreciate any kind or any amount of support that you guys can give me with this. That said, I don't want to guilt trip you or anything. I don't want you to feel like you have to help me. So if you don't want to or you don't have the means to help out, that's okay, don't feel bad. I just want you to know that it would be greatly appreciated if you did help me get out of this situation. If you have any further questions, feel free to ask me, and thank you for hearing me out. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like, subscribe. Also, check out the links in the description to my Wattpad, where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos for my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you don't enjoy my stories, or simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to my Patreon or to my Coffee account, where I can pledge your support and help your channel going, help support me so I can keep writing the stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do any of that, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think it's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!